Good morning, guys. I hope everybody is hanging in there. Today's Tuesday check in. I wanted to just go a little bit off of what I talked about last week with regard to stress and thinking about uh, how right now we're in a little bit of a balancing act between trying to establish routine and structure and take care of responsibilities, um, but also on the other side of the coin, making sure that we're taking time to relax, to take care of ourselves, and that knowing it that right now is doesn't necessarily need to be the time when you change the world or become a new person. So, thinking about the good things about self discipline and productivity during this time, like what that can do for you. It keeps you busy for one, and prevents you from sort of, these days are really long when we sit here and do nothing. And sometimes that's nice, but when you pile that all together, it becomes a real slog. So, you know, prevents wallowing, prevents worrying, because you're constantly doing things. It can make you feel good, make you feel accomplished, right? Taking care of things, being productive. It can prevent stress. You're not falling behind or feeling overwhelmed, now that we are kind of in remote learning mode and you've got responsibilities for all these different classes. So establishing that self-discipline, taking care of business, can help you prevent that feeling of being overwhelmed. Um, and doing this, establishing this routine of self discipline, of productivity, becomes a habit that turns into a second nature for you. So, maybe you want to capitalize on this time, to sort of change your behaviors. That's kind of the nice thing about having this extra time is that you have the ability, if you want, to sort of shape and mold yourself, to take the opportunity to sort of improve yourself. Because when you establish a habit, the more you establish a habit, the more it becomes who you are, and you just start behaving that way without having to think about it. So there's just some pros. There are some cons to self discipline and productivity. Um, if you become too rigid and you have a hard time managing when things don't go your way, or according to plan, because you have this plan, I'm going to accomplish this today, and if you don't, you're really hard on yourself. That's not good. It can be exhausting. And you I think it's really important, during this time, that um, we're not feeling exhausted, and if we are, that you're doing what you need to do to take care of yourself. um, this productivity or the self discipline can also mask underlying anxiety and cause you stress instead of treating it. So, it really depends on the person. That's what I said in the message that I wrote on Google Classroom. Um, so, in terms of thinking about relaxing, you have your responsibilities with online learning, of course, but you do actually have the opportunity right now, in most cases. I'm not sure how things are going for you, but hopefully all of you have the opportunity to take the time to do something to relax, to help yourself de-stress, to alleviate anxiety. um, it helps to slow down the world around you so that you don't feel overwhelmed. That's definitely a perk of relaxing. It's restorative, right? You need a break. When I was in college and studying, or whenever it was midterm time, or time for finals, I would go to the library, I would work for 2 hours, and then I would take a 15 to 30-minute break, whether that was leaving the library and walking around, whether it was going to a friend's dorm, whether it was going to the cafe and, picking up something like a snack or something to eat. Allow yourself those breaks, right? They are important. Um, I posted some ideas for relaxation techniques. Um, the reason I want you to think about trying to do one or more of those is because it's really good for mind, body, and spirit. The right relaxation techniques can improve your quality of sleep. They can lower fatigue. It can improve digestion. So improve like how you actually feel as a result. And it can improve your concentration and mood. So that can make the work that you do have to do easier to do because you feel better, you're more well rested, and you're in a better state of mind to actually complete the work. So it can feel maybe a little awkward or uncomfortable when you first start to try one of them. But I encourage you to experiment with some relaxation techniques. They're listed in that Mayo Clinic website, and then I posted a couple of YouTube clips for you to take a peek at. One of the ones I think is really interesting, they have this on, there's an app called Go Noodle that is for little kids. And so they have a lot of fun music and movement activities that I'll do with him, and one of them was like was the muscle tensing and relaxation exercise, and it's supposed to help you relax. So that might be something to look into, right? This idea of sort of tightening up your muscles and then loosening them, right? Just kind of feeling sort of the ebb and flow, and that's supposed to help. But there are a lot of different things you can do. Like I said, if you go to that Mayo website, check out some of the options. Maybe check out some of the YouTube clips I posted. Do what works for you. Maybe you're managing this great, and if that's the case, I'm so happy for you. I know I definitely have days where I'm fine, it's great, and there are days where it's tougher. And I think it's on those tougher days that you want to look inward and make sure that you're taking care of yourself. So I hope you all are well. Take care, and I'll see you next week.